What's up, fuckers? My name is Alexander Hamilton. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Dream Daddy. Look at all of them dilfs. Guess I said it and I'm not taking it back. Beautiful song. Okay, picking up from where we left off. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit scratchy. I literally just woke up. And it's very dry in my apartment, and we got a message from Matt. Hey Alexander, what are your feelings about poker? Here, beyond hardly knowing her. Poker, I hardly know her. There it is. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Please, Matt, I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. No, I get that. Anyway, I've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I'd send an invite your way. Sounds great. I love losing money. Cool, dude. See you soon. Lose that money. I know absolutely nothing about poker. It's called masking tape for a reason. Okay. Matt invited me to poker night at Joseph's house. Wait, he plays poker? Alright. I put on my going out coat and walk over. Across the way I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer under his arm. Crap, I should have brought something.
Hey.
Hey, man. Crap, I should have brought something. No worries, man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover around the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual. Alexander, glad you can make it. So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Just like old times. Craig's the resident shark. I prefer the term person who's good at poker. I'm well aware, Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? Poker face, tell the truth, poker face. Hey, I wasn't terrible. I'm not bad at poker. I'm definitely good at poker. Everyone stares at me. Okay, maybe that was a little defensive. Okay, I'm bad at poker. There's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Joseph shrugs. This is basically my tithing. I'm giving back to the community. Ugh, fucking course.
Wink.
Plus, I'm happy to just sit here and eat all Brian's snacks. I guess who brought pigs in a blanket?
Oh.
Not Craig. Hey, my chia seed granola bar. Hey, my chia seed granola energy bars are just as delicious. Everybody laughs. Let's just get the game going. We take a seat at the table and Matt starts dealing the cards. The first couple of rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. Craig, how did you get so good at this? It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everybody's tell, like Matt will scratch his ear. Hey. Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie. No, wait a second. And I think you just loudly announce to the whole room when you have a good hand. Yep, that's me. What's Joseph's tell? It's everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Well, at least I have... Fuck you. See, you can't even say that with a straight face. What about Robert? Honestly, the man's an enigma. Robert raises a glass of whiskey to us in solemn salute.
Nice.
I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. I'm just here because I enjoy the company. Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it. Robert, is that a flip phone? Yeah. What, are you a drug dealer now? Yeah, what do you need? Horse, speed, Tijuana Johnnies? I can get you the street stuff easy, but if you're looking for something exotic or designer, this may be 72 hours and a favor called. Maybe I won't need you today, but Hey, maybe I won't need you tomorrow, but someday. Oh, I don't really... I think I'm good. Right.
Hey.
Still, if you got the coin, I got the goods. I dropped my phone in the toilet. This is my backup until I can get it replaced under warranty. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. I go back to playing. I really gotta stop eating these pigs in a blanket. Pigs in blankets? I don't know. No, but they're very good. And I think there might be cheese in them. Oof, I don't know if I got enough to raise you on this round. You can always bet your firstborn. If you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Briar and Hazel are a handful, to say the least. Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times. Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her birthday, but she's grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby and the fake baby. There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. I think Daisy got one of those a while back. One night I walk in her after she tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism works, but then she couldn't get it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still. That reminds me of... Wait, do we all have poop doll stories? Everyone nods in agreement. Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there is already. Can we just get back to poker and not talk about poop? Why are... This is just a dad thing, I assume. Matt deals another hand, and we quickly forgot about the poop. We've run out of pigs and blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. These kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop. It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys. I can see it now. Pierce the kale chips.
Hey.
Pierce the Veil is a popular hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. We all look at Matt confused.
I don't know if
it's maybe not any of your wheelhouses. I know Pierce the Veil. I've only listened to like 2 of their songs, but I know them. How's the shop nowadays? Busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate.
Hey.
If Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. It's really nice of you, but I think she's been burned out too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively. Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her, though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and has been taking to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards. So what's it gonna take for Robert to give a damn on this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Do you really want to unleash the beast? Well, now I'm curious. I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this penny chip nonsense. I got a Lily's 14-year-old single blend sitting in my closet right now. We're saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral.
Oh.
Now you're talking my language. I'm gonna have to Google that because I have no idea what he just said. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Nope. Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds. Deal the cards, Bra Guy. Are you guys sure you wanna? You heard the man. Deal. Well, Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Roberts, who casually sips his whiskey. So I know what you might be thinking. Robert puts his old workhorse up for grabs, his only mode of transportation. Hence, at times in his life, his only home. How can he be sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps, but it didn't last long, though. I lost everything in a game of Pyga out in the back room of Shenzhen Tea House on what I thought was a 3-day business trip. Everything gone. Clothes, money, identification, you name it. I woke up in a ditch near Zhanzu Park and had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow, and steal my way back to American soil. And in those 3 years I saw the greatest depths of human fear. Love deeper than I ever had, and lost all many more times over. I I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this. So let's make this more interesting. Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table. All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance?
I don't know.
Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of tell he can find. Robert casually sips his whiskey again. You just carry the deed to your house around with you? Or did you bring it specifically to poker night? I fold. Everyone erupts. Fine, the whiskey is yours. And that's why you don't dance with the devil. So what was it? Were you bluffing or did you have the cards? That's for me to take to my grave, fellas. Next week, boys! Next week. You got it. I'll be there. Hey, sure thing, I almost had a heart attack. Sure thing, this was fun. Hey, this has been very relaxing. I sincerely doubt I will wake up in a cold sweat thinking about it tonight. Keep working on that poker face, Alexander. We all say our goodbyes and head our separate ways. That was fun.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so we've been on first dates with Matt, Damien, Craig, and Robert. Now there's just Brian, Hugo, and Joseph. Brian and Hugo. One moment, I gotta turn down my heater. It's like burning all my leg hairs off. Ooh. Sexy teacher or big fluff okay. Oh, I'm not really sure which one to choose. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Okay, looks like it's gonna be Hugo. It was like the only one who wasn't at the poker night. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me. I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them? Uh-oh. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. Oh god, middle school. Ugh, middle school was emotional torture for me. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was middle school for you? Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness, it's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in gross old buildings for 40-plus hours a week doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day, top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? I don't remember. I didn't like it. I thought it was fine. I didn't like it. I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs, you hurt me, and I'll never forget. Yeah, for me, it was... why can't I remember her last name? Yeah, I get that feeling. I'll never forget you, Corinna. What did she do to you? I I stare off into middle distance, remember the 24 hours that we dated, the 3 times we held hands between class periods. And I remember the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See? Middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega just requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was a clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Hey, what the hell is clam chowder? Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
Huh?
No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up at one of the vats of clam chowder, and I was the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past.
Huh.
Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, he gets to hang out with the cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. You are not me. You are a stranger that shares a name as me. The ocean is so much fun. Wait, are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put fear in my heart. Oh, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there. And it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of the ocean. I do not have a fear of the ocean. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looked like they're at their wits' end, and the field trip has just started. I'm fine. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo! It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming. And I'm sure you know, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great, well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. I'm fine, I'm not sick, it's just really dry in my apartment. Can you guys put your phones away? All the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo, then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet. Too quiet. These guys are up to something, I can feel it. There's no way, they're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see. Aw, this is pretty. This looks so nice. The classes start filing into the aquarium and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yeses will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet? Honestly, it's just busy work so the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions just asks the kids to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. That was a crappy snap. Let me try that again. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books? We just did a unit on the Old Man of the Sea. Nothing like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do the assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa! Hey. Their spines are venomous too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh!
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank. That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis? Ugh. Cool. Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the American longfish, blue-nosed wiggly fish, humphead brass. Blue-nosed wiggly fish? Yeah. Did you know that paranormal fish trivia, psychic fish trivia, political fish trivia, psychiatric fish trivia? Eeny, meeny, miny, you. This is the only species of fish known to develop clinical depression? Wait, are you serious? Be honest, absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here. Good one. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who are fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room reading tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? I'd rather stare at you. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. Are those two sharks kissing? I want to go for this one. But if it turns out bad, let's just do this. I can just reload. I'd rather stare at you. What? Oh, no. Wrong choice. Wrong choice. Wrong choice. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. Are those two sharks kissing? No, Alexander. One's eating the other. Well. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. Hold on. That other one is probably gonna get a like reaction. I'm fine. And learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It's truly fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. Yeah! That's a very astute point, Alexander. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. Stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Alexander? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they'll probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, and Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed. The horseshoe crabs can only eat little clams. The anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank, slowly dipping my hand into the cool water. I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. Feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? All too true. I dive my hand back into the touch tank with it. This is the last time I record first thing when I wake up. I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I get a little carried away Wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why's that? Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan? Susan, get back here. Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Want to tell me what's in the bag? Textbooks? Want to tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. Okay, we don't have time for games here. That's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink. I'm not afraid to hit a child. That's obviously the wrong answer. That's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink. He had a bud go down from that once. He came out a changed man. Said he missed the bars. You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move. Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? My voice cracked. My face cam's gonna cut out. This is the last thing I record. This is the last time I record first thing in the morning. I was trying to free him. To where? Outside where he was gonna die?
Oh, no.
Susan, go... Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time this happened here. Let me try that line again. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surrounds us.
Oh.
Look over here. Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of the tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth. That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back to their phones. Fun fact, seahorses can even give birth and get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it hard. Wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. However many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo. It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning... I am not sick. Okay, I might have a head cold. Oh, I'm lightheaded. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find more to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. I agree with that. I agree with that. Because if you stop learning... Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins? Yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes. A group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
Whoa!
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait, just kidding, it's very bad! Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguin, see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see a door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop we gotta stop her before the staff sees this and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs toward the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, I have an announcement. The whole room turns toward Hugo. Here's a few fun facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and I'm greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst, hey. Hey, the girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold.
You can't be in here.
Neither can you. I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me. I'm not reading that. I just can't take the secondhand embarrassment.
Kid, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. And where are they even going to go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, I don't even have time to argue about this. We just gotta get out of here. Not until I save a penguin.
I don't know.
Lay down the law, try to relate to her, bribe her. Lay down the law. I prepare to raise my voice at Molly and then hesitate. Is it weird for me to raise my voice at a stranger's kid? Is it a parroting faux pas or something?
Money. Give me money.
I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second.
Okay, well give it to me right now.
I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well all I have is 12 and some change, and there's a button here. Is that enough?
Pay me the other 8 later. We have a deal.
We move to shake on our arrangement, and I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. Is it minigame time?
Block that bird!
Holy crap. Ah! Is that a hand? That's a hand. Ah! Get out of here, birds. Am I hitting the penguins? I like to think I'm just gently tapping them. Ah! Just firing hands all over the place. You ready to catch these hands? I'm sorry, that was a very bad joke. Why are the penguins purple? Why do they have bow ties?
Drive that team!
Whew. Mission complete. Rank S plus bribery works. Can the weird sounds please stop? glad that's over, and just in time, too. Hugo looks like he's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. That's why I think the penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of sense of duty. Everyone starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there?
I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega.
You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands.
Well, it was a thought that counts.
No, Molly, it wasn't.
Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Whoa.
What? I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan, I suppose so that they can compare animal thief notes. You're not off the hook, Molly!
Oh.
Alexander, did you just bribe a child? I don't know what you're talking about. I can't play by the rules when penguins are on the line. That. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. Hey, that person who believed in a world where he didn't... that person believed in a world where you didn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop and we make our way back to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load into buses, Hugo pulls me aside. Hey, Alexander, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? I love cheese boards. I'm all about cheese boards. There's nothing on this earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. Let's go with that one. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. Whew. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw. You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped to complete covert op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud. He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You learn when you become a father.
That was so good you gave me goosebumps.
Why did I get an S rank for everyone except, like, the guy that I'm most attracted to? I got a freaking B. Asiago getter.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Hey, is that a group chat from Damien and Hugo? Sure, we got time in the video. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown. We were wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust down my door any minute now. I've gotta destroy this computer. Alexander, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Darik's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Alexander, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good, let's go see that art. Save. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk for downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all these fancy art people. Alexander? I turn around. It's Joseph. Ugh. Like, Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art, appreciator? Appreciist?
Oh.
Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I guess he invited you too? What is on my face? Yeah, admittedly, I'm a little out of my depth here. Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know, thank God. Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. We get it, you're a Christian. Do you have any other personality? Like, do you have any hobbies or interests that don't involve the Lord? Or is that just your entire personality? The points that get you into heaven, that's how it works. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Like, good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh.
Who's ready for some art? You know I am. I have no idea what I'm in for. Art is dead. Nothing is real. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. You know I love looking at paintings that are in frames, and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff. Well put,
Hey.
Alexander. All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now. I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go help myself to some tiny wines. Talk art with Hugo and Damien. Go get cheese and tiny wine with Joseph. Hugo and Damien. So, what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in a landscape painting of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art. It's rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all these landscapes look like butts to you guys?
Oh.
Damien and Hugo lean in and examining the paintings in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, Alexander. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic, sometimes the butts are metaphor, sometimes the art is about the butts they don't draw. Is it weird that when they start a conversation about art and butts, my mind went to Yuri on Ice, like the scene in the first episode where they walk in on Victor naked in the hot spring, and it's just ass. Fun fact, was it the director? The original manga creator? It's like the main creative person repeatedly emphasized butts during the production and sometimes just wrote butts on the side of storyboards. Or it's just, give me the anime boy ass. That's gonna be on the internet forever. Interesting. With Hugo's pose. Fun fact, this is actually sign language for lesbian. Wait, is it like this or this? I don't remember. I'm still learning. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What did I miss?
Oh.
Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Shall we visit the next place? We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of I'm not even sure hanging on the walls. Oh geez. What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. Save. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It reminds me of my child. It represents strife. It's a butt. I don't know what to pick. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It seems to be an attempt to visually represent the universal experience. It's really powerful, Alexander. Care to expound on it? With pleasure. Just kidding, it's a butt. With pleasure. These vivid, simple forms communicate a solemnity that is betrayed by the raw expressiveness of the brushwork, which, in a way, speaks to the essential nature of human experience. The scars left behind by the passage of time and the turmoil of contemporary life are both contextualized and deepened by the rose-colored echoes of pre-Oedipal consciousness. Slow down there, Alexander. Do us a favor and keep it simple. It's a butt. Everyone else stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt. While a valid assessment, I can't help but feeling your initial judgment may be closer to the artist's intentions. Maybe you're underestimating how much the artist liked butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We are all God's creatures, even butts. Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract work in a field that's rapidly moving towards de-instigation. Wow, how do you figure that? That's what it says on the placard. Let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's the only kind of art besides rotoscoping that I'm actually good at. It's interesting that the artists choose not to let their work be defined by, what's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Psh, I could do that. Excuse me? Hugo, not here. No, come back here. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You didn't seem to have the intellectual depth of artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. I'm sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. Hold on, I'm sweating. I'm gonna turn off my heater.
Oh.
You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No.
Oh.
It's wine and cheese.
Hey.
Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounding in realism and is actual wine and cheese. We got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Absolutely. Is it gonna be any weirder than this art? It's absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. It's gonna be naked people, isn't it? Damien, Hugo, and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us.
Douglas.
So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second this question. Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Hamilton. Fear of existence, the humanity of being human. They really like screaming. Butts? Let's just go with the theme of butts. What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art with almost every other form of art. Music, painting, photography. The artists using their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis. That's beautiful, Damien. So, what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, is art as long as I, really mean it? Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I was gonna start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't gonna play well with this
Hey.
crowd.
Huh.
Wise.
Oh,
We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Whew, I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We decide to walk home together. We make our way past the cul-de-sac, wine and Chinese cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight is, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative. What I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by not too much wine and too much cheese. Tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun. Cheese wings? Those will melt in the sun, and I feel like it's more appropriate in imagery. Plus, it'd be delicious. A nice Emmentaler, possibly. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors.
Oh.
I think I'd paint boats. Seascapes, maybe lighthouses, mostly boats. Really? Yeah, I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of the long history of religious imagery and artwork. What? Boats are cool. Hey, you actually have an interest outside of Christianity. What about you, Alexander? Food artistry, landscapes, tasteful nudes of the artist. Probably gonna regret this, but I just have to. Art is money-making business. I know what sells. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. Alright, boys. Good art. Good art. Agreed. See you guys around? Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. Well, I just imagined Damien going, "Anon, friends." I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. Cheese hangover?
Welcome. You've got dads.
Well, that was fun, but I think it's time to end the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic day. Ow! I punched my loft bed. That hurt. You guys don't know, but I record this on, a loft bed where it's like a bunk bed, but instead of a bottom bunk, there's a desk, so there's, a metal bed frame above me that I just punched. Ow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You'll have a fantastic day. Be gay, do crime. I love you. Bye!